In a remote mountain temple, the air was filled with the hum of chanting monks, their voices harmonizing with the rustling leaves and flowing streams. Among them was a young monk named Liang, who had just completed his daily routine of meditation and training. Yet, despite his disciplined practice, Liang felt something missing in his heart. His desire for recognition clouded his mind, and he often found himself competing with others, striving to be the best in everything. One day, Master Shen, an elder monk known for his wisdom, noticed the restlessness in Liang's eyes. Sensing his inner turmoil, Master Shen approached him after meditation. "Liang," he said calmly, "you seem troubled. What weighs heavy on your mind?" Liang hesitated before replying, "Master, I work hard every day, but I still feel incomplete. No matter how much I train or meditate, I don't feel at peace. I want to be the best monk to earn merit and respect. But why does it still feel so empty?" Master Shen smiled gently, recognizing the familiar struggle. He motioned for Liang to sit beside him under the shade of a large, ancient tree. It was here that Master Shen would impart a lesson about merit, a lesson that would change Liang's life forever. "Liang," Master Shen began, "what do you think merit is?" Liang thought for a moment, then answered, "I believe it is earned through good deeds by meditating, training, and following the teachings of the Buddha. The more merit I gain, the better my life will be, right?" Master Shen nodded. "You are correct in part. But let me ask you this, when you perform these good deeds or engage in your practices, are you doing it to serve others or to elevate yourself?" Liang paused, unsure of how to respond. I suppose I do it for both. I want to help others, but I also want to be seen as a good monk, to gain recognition." Master Shen's eyes softened. "This is where the misunderstanding lies, Liang. True merit is not a transaction, but where we give in order to receive. It's not about being seen as good or gathering respect. The merit that leads to a better life cannot be chased, it must be cultivated with the right intentions. Merit is not just about what we do, but why we do it." Liang sat in silence, the elder's words sinking deep into his heart. "And to understand merit," Master Shen continued, "we must look beyond the surface. Imagine you are planting a tree. If you water it, nurture it, and care for it only because you want the fruit, you may grow impatient. The tree may take years to bear fruit, or it may never bear fruit at all. But if you care for the tree because it brings joy to nurture life, the tree itself becomes the reward." Master Shen leaned closer and shared an old Buddhist teaching. The Buddha taught that merit comes from three core things: generosity, morality, and then meditation. But the essence of merit is found in the purity of your intentions. You cannot earn true merit if you are driven by ego or the desire for praise. Merit is something you build from within, a reflection of your selflessness, compassion, and desire to alleviate suffering in the world. Liang listened intently as Master Shen continued. Take, for example, the practice of generosity. If you give to someone in need simply because you want to feel better about yourself or be praised by others, you may receive momentary satisfaction. But that merit will not last. But if you give out of genuine compassion, without expecting anything in return, the merit you cultivate will nourish your soul and help you find true peace. At this moment, Master Shen gestured toward the other monks in the temple courtyard. Some were sweeping the ground, others were tending to the gardens, and a few were sitting quietly in meditation. "Do you see these monks?" he asked. "Each of them works not for recognition or reward, but for the simple joy of serving others in the temple. They understand that the greatest merit comes not from being better than others, but from lifting others up. The path to a better life is not paved with achievements and accolades, it is built on humility, kindness, and the willingness to serve without expectation." Liang began to understand. He had spent so much time trying to prove himself, to be the best, that he had forgotten the essence of his practice. His motivation had been tainted by his desire for approval, and it had left him feeling empty. Master Shen spoke once more, his voice soft but powerful. "Liang, a life lived for others is a life filled with merit. But merit is not a currency to be spent, it is a virtue that transforms your heart. The more you let go of the need for validation, the more you will find peace. True merit is like a seed once planted in pure soil. It grows and blossoms on its own." In the days that followed, Liang took Master Shen's lesson to heart. He began to approach his daily tasks with a new sense of purpose, not to impress, not to compete, but to serve. When he meditated, he focused on the peace it brought to his mind rather than the accomplishment of completing a session. When he helped his fellow monks, he did so with genuine care and compassion, no longer seeking their approval, but instead feeling joy in the act itself. Slowly, Liang's restlessness began to fade. The emptiness that once gnawed at him was replaced with a quiet contentment. He realized that the merit he had been chasing was not something to be acquired, it was something to be lived. The more he let go of his desire for recognition, the more he felt connected to the world around him. One morning, as Liang stood beneath the same ancient tree where Master Shen had spoken to him, he felt a deep sense of peace. He understood now that the key to a better life was not in striving to be better than others, but in living with compassion, humility, and a genuine heart. The lesson that Liang learned is one that we can all carry with us. In today's world, it's easy to get caught up in the pursuit of success, recognition, and external rewards. But as Buddha taught, true merit is not found in what we achieve, it's found in how we live, how we treat others, and how we approach each moment with kindness and sincerity. So if you find yourself feeling restless or empty, like Liang once did, remember that the path to a better life is not about what you can get, but what you can give. The seeds of merit are planted in the heart, and when nurtured with the right intentions, they will bloom into a life of peace, fulfillment, and true happiness.